Oh, 123 years. That's how long the World Economic Forum estimates it will take to achieve gender parity. Oh, this is an improvement of 11 years from last year's estimate. It still falls more than a century short of the UN Sustainable Development Goals. According to the latest Global Gender Gap report, the gap has narrowed to almost 69% across 148 economies. But that's just an improvement of 0.3% from last year. Although no economy has achieved full parity yet, Iceland is leading for the 16th consecutive year, closing nearly 93% of its gender gap. But that's the only economy with a score above 90% on the entire list. Other European economies are also dominating the leaderboard, with Finland, Norway and Sweden maintaining their top 10 status since 2006. Outside of Europe, New Zealand ranks 5th and Namibia comes in 8th. Regionally, North America is in the lead with a gender parity score of nearly 76%, showing strength in economic participation and opportunity. Europe, Latin America and the Caribbean follow closely behind, while the Middle East and the North African region they rank lowest at about 62%. It has made significant political empowerment gains.
Some countries that have been previously towards the lower end of the rankings, but are among those that are making the fastest progress. So countries such as Bangladesh, countries such as the United Arab Emirates, countries such as Saudi Arabia, these have all started out lower in the rankings, but have made a lot of relatively fast progress, not just investing in women's education, but integrating them quickly into the economy.
And here in Southeast Asia, the Philippines leading the charge, ranking at number 20 overall. That's followed by Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam and Laos. Lagging behind are Brunei and Malaysia, with the same score of 68.1%. Myanmar is not amongst the countries included in this report. The report measures gender gaps across 4 areas: health and survival, educational attainment, economic participation and opportunity, and political empowerment. Health and survival is closest to parity, while political empowerment remains the furthest behind, despite making the most progress since 2006. Our progress made this year was driven primarily by significant strides in political empowerment and economic participation. Women worldwide still face persistent structural barriers.
One element of that is implicit bias that may still exist in organizations, but another part of that is much more structural, and it's the lack of care infrastructure across most economies. Some do better than others, but women tend to still be the ones that take on the burden of childcare and elder care, and many of those women tend to be the ones with tertiary degrees, but they end up not being able to deploy their talent into the economy. So those are the kinds of structural factors, and when we look out to the future, this is likely to become a more compounded problem with technological change.
World Economic Forum says advancing gender parity represents a key force for economic renewal as more challenges emerge and economies continue to grapple with growing uncertainty.